Can you hear me? I can't do that one though. Let me see. Is there feedback? Because I just have to make sure. There's a trouble with the sound. Yes, I see that I was talking to everybody and nobody could hear me. So let me know if the sound is okay, because I normally do it on my phone. But for some reason, let me try it. Let me try it. Okay, just a second. Going to be no sound for 1 second. Okay, that's better, right? That's better. Sorry, I had both mics muted, and that's problematic. So just a sec. Let me make sure we're good for this camera. So when we flip it, so we're good. Sounds good now. Yes, both mics were muted, and that's a problem, right? Nobody could hear me if both mics are muted, and I wouldn't have known until we went live. So let me just make sure. So when we flip cameras, we're good. We're good now. We're good now. Yes, that was crazy, because I bet all of you were like checking to see if your sound was muted, and it was me. Or was I tricking all of you and just like making my mouth move, but no sound? So we're good now. Hola, Ada. How are you? ¿Cómo está? Hi, Liz. Yes, we're good. So how are you? Did you have a good week? Did my American friends have a good Thanksgiving? Are you still eating turkey leftovers, or did you have something different rather than turkey? Because we talked about that. I did another live this week, and I was saying, if you do turkey on Thanksgiving, do you do turkey on Christmas again? Do you love turkey enough that you are turkey both times, or do you do something different? And we were talking about lots of different things that some people do, like a crown roast. Is that the one? A prime rib, like turkey, ham, lots of things. Still eating turkey leftovers and pies. I love it. We survived Thanksgiving. I love it. Hey, Adam, how are you over in England? How's it going? Packing for a trip now. Where are you going, Keisha? Somewhere exciting? We went away last weekend, and I needed a rest from my vacation. I am having some voice issues, because I think that I need like a very long nap. And I saw you, Cherie, in Disney. I love that. No turkey this year, only ham. Didn't seem to be the same. We will have turkey at Christmas. Yeah. Hope you had fun in Toronto. We did. We had a really nice time, but it was super busy, right? You'll order Chinese food for Christmas. I totally understand that. A lot of people, we do Christmas Eve in our house, and then we go to my mother-in-law's for Christmas Day. And we don't do turkey on Christmas Eve. It's more like hors d'oeuvres and dips and all of the finger foods, so we can play games and snack and have a good time. So I love it. Keeps cutting out. Is it cutting out for everybody or just for Veronica? So let me know how that's going. It looks like nobody's home, so it should be good, right? Good, strong Wi-Fi connection. So just let me know, because your aquarium clips were cool. Yes, I loved the aquarium in Toronto. It was awesome. So I'd have to say, Veronica, to maybe go out and come back in for wherever you're watching from. And thanks already, friends, for the thumbs up and all those good things on the YouTubes, and for the likes and the comments. I love when you guys check in and let me know where you're watching from, and chat with me a little bit, because it's really nice. I love that. Hi, Dion. How are you? You're coming through fine. Yeah. So it just could be your connection. Sometimes it's my connection, but a lot of times it can be your connection. Hello, Greta Hammond. How are you, my longtime friend? I love it. So you're watching from Toronto, Mary. I love that. Yes, I really enjoyed our trip to Toronto. It was the first weekend for the Winter Village. It used to be called the Christmas Market, but this year was a Winter Village and a distillery. The only thing I'd have to say is there were too many people, and I am COVID scarred. So we took some pictures and we left. I don't think I would have loved that in any situation. Like, it was body to body, and that's no fun. You can't even like stop and take a picture or look at things, because it was just jam packed full of people. So We took a couple of pictures in front of the Lock Love sign, the Christmas tree. We got a hot chocolate and we left, but we enjoyed the rest of it, right? So we had a lot of fun. It was very, very good. And now I'm in like a major house cleaning, so I can pull out the Christmas decorations this weekend and work on it. Two people, but I love people, so it's not even. It just there were too many. It was so busy you couldn't get into any of the shops. So I'd like to go back up during the week and go and see if that makes a difference. But I do think you love my love boat. What do they say? I don't even know. I threw them on. Art potion, love potion, rainbow potion. I don't know. Again, it's my friend that Hello Little Friday. So I grabbed those. I have a Christmas shirt on, but my rainbow earrings. Thank you, Natalie. So yeah, it was a lot. The aquarium was not. It was perfect. Devin's like, these kids are stepping on my feet and stuff. I'm like, well, the kids like the aquarium, Devin. You used to be one of those little ankle biters. So you just put up with the kids. But we watched the manta rays. They were getting fed. There was a diver. Devin got to touch one. And the pure joy that she felt was awesome. So that was nice, that kind of recapturing a little bit of childhood as I have these on the cusp. Well, they're adults, right? It was kind of crazy. I love it. Hi, Carol. How are you? So yes, your earrings are on the way. Carol won the giveaway I did on Instagram, and I threw some goodies in a box for her and mailed that off. So I'm going on the 10th of December. Do they require masks all the time, or can you walk around outside the shops without them? I'd keep it on, Brenda. There's a lot of people. You can pretty much judge for yourself, but I didn't really take my mask off other than when I was walking on the street when there weren't a lot of people around, but that's totally your choice, right? But I can't see it. It was opening weekend, and I think that's why it was so crazy. It was sold out. Every time block was sold out, so it might be better now. Hello, Nadine. How are you? Bonjour. Papillon. My papillon. I love it. So I like people too, but big crowds bother me more now. Yeah, I think it is. I think we are COVID damaged. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know when it will feel normal to be like body to body like we were in concerts and stuff, right? Ankle biters. I know what you watched in the 90s. What? I don't even know. Where is that from? Something, Deb? I don't even know. So thank you very much, Nadine. Thank you. I have hardly any makeup on tonight, so I hope I'm not scaring any of you. Scarred. Yeah, COVID scarred. Your birthday's December 14th, and with my twin in heaven. Oh my goodness. Big hugs to you. Big hugs to you, and happy birthday. But I'm sure we'll see each other around that time, so I'll make sure we say happy birthday closer to that, Pamela. So tonight, did you guys make trees? So I just whipped a couple up tonight for the layout, and I'm going to have to cut them. I'm going to have to do a little fussy cutting. So I did a couple, and then the ones that I did last week, right? So we can do a card and a layout. I grabbed Warm Wishes, a whole bunch of new packages of things. So you can use Warm Wishes. You don't have to make this Christmas themed. It could be winter themed if Christmas isn't your jam. But whatever you want to do, if you didn't get to do the trees yet and you don't feel like making something tonight, you could just doodle trees and paint them. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. And I whipped a couple up tonight, and that was fun. I feel like when I'm doing them on my own and just kind of taking my time without the pressure of like trying to finish it within the block of time that we do on live, that I doubly enjoy it. Like I really kind of enjoy that side of it too, right? Just watching and doing that. Hello, Ellen. You got your hands on some beautiful Fernwood vellum. I need extras. I have lots. And if you ordered the Fernwood kit, there is a sheet of vellum in that. Everyone will get a sheet of that Fernwood vellum. So it is so good. It's so good. That kit is it's got so much stuff in it. So if you're new, I do weekends where we do weekend events where we create a mini album, an interactive mini album with flips and flaps and a whole bunch of fun stuff. We do layouts and then some kind of bonus classes. And you can get those kits still on vickybooten.com, my website, the Fernwood kit. and it will have everything you need plus bonuses in there to create a whole weekend of art with me. If you want to do that, I still have some kits. They are going to be shipping in about a week. I'm just waiting on the 6x8 paper pads, but they have been shipped. So as soon as I get that delivery, we will pack up those boxes, and those orders are going to start going out, which I love because we'll have them before Christmas, but the class isn't until January. I also will be doing uploading stuff to my store because I have a whole bunch of stuff. And then we're going to also talk about this week. I am going to use, I decided, because I have to say that both scrapbook.com and a cherry on top have some great sales on right now. A cherry on top, I think, is 20% off everything. And it said something about shipping on there. I just looked at that today. And then scrapbook.com has tons of sales and bonus things when you're ordering. So definitely take a look. I did put my share sale links up there. If you're going to shop, you just click on any of my links and it costs you nothing, but it helps me provide these Friday night lives for you guys. So super excited. So are you restocking your glazes? Yes, I have them all, Ellen. I just have been doing other things all week, but I'm going to be putting the Tim Holtz new, the new distress crayons with the mica in them, the glitter ones. We're going to be using those during our Christmas creating. I have a whole bunch of some stencils, like a whole bunch of stuff, tools, a lot of tools. So I will be restocking next week. And I will post that on the creative community, Vicki Booten Creative Community, our group, a day before to let you know when that is going live. And I'll send a newsletter out as well. But yeah, just doing the things, right? Doing the things. So yay, very exciting. So I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to flip the camera. I figure whoever is here with us tonight has had a chance to join in, and we'll flip the camera and let's make some stuff. Your favorite Christmas show is, oh my goodness, it's on right now. Oh, your favorite is playing on CBS. So friends, if you can have the TV on with me, my favorite, one of my Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Year Without a Santa Claus is my favorite, but I love that one. I'm going to just go on Amazon and buy the mixed CD or whatever, because we still have an old disc player, and then I can watch all those things, right? Does your store ship to New Zealand? It does not, but if you reach out to Michelle Widows, she sells the kit. She has the kit. So in Australia, it is Natalie. Oh my goodness, I just forgot Natalie. Natalie May has them in Australia, and Michelle Widows has them in New Zealand at this point, because again, it's just one Vicki. I only ship to Canada, the US, but we'll see what happens in the new year if I can get some help, right? The weekend Fernwood is on your rescheduled Elton John concert. That's exciting. Hopefully you get to do a little bit of both, right? So let's, the Grinch is on NBC in the States. It's NBC in Canada too. So if you want to watch that, right? So I love it, but I have all those on DVD, and but I'm going to order A Year Without a Santa Claus so I can watch that one because it's my favorite. So let's flip the camera over and get started. Frosty's on, oh my goodness. And Frosty's on CBS. Like, why so early? Why are all the Christmas cartoons on now? I think they should wait till December 1st at least. That makes me sad because I'm missing all of my favorite shows. You know what? Oh, there it is. I was going to say I need to make sure. My laptop has lots of charge, so we'll be good. So how you doing? I hope some of you will play along with me tonight. If not, I'm sure you will when you get a chance. But I did, if you joined me last week, I had created a bunch of doodled trees, and I cut some of them out. I didn't cut all of them. We'll decide. I might cut this guy out too for a card, decide which ones we're going to use. But I'm going to fussy cut a couple. I think some of you are probably way further ahead than I was, because I didn't get back down here again, other than I did a bonus class for Warm Wishes, the Warm Wishes weekend. And I, what else has gone on this week? We had an appointment at the bank. I chauffeur my daughter to and from school, which I said to my husband today. I love her and I love spending time with her, but I will be very excited when all the delays for getting your driver's license are caught up so she can get her license and drive on her own. Because let me tell you, it's really hard to start your work day like at 1:30 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? I get up in the morning and I do some things, but then I have to drive her to school and then I pick her up from school. And it's about, I don't know, 30 minutes away. So that has not been fun. I have found that it is messing with my rhythm. Do you know what I mean? Working at home and being the mom, right? I am the one who gets to do all of that. And like I said, I adore her. So it's not like I have an issue spending time with her, but 3 days a week, it makes it really, really tough. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Hi, Julie. Hello, Irene. You're playing along tonight. I love it. Hello, Kim Sip Sip Piska. How are you? So I'm just going to cut these out quickly because I would like to try to do a layout tonight. I've I sketched out a couple of ideas and then a card for my card making buddies. But did you guys, my American friends, did you host Thanksgiving or did you go somewhere else? Was it a quiet one at home with your fur babies? I'm supposed to go out with my friend Janice tomorrow. She messaged me and I didn't get a chance to respond. So if you're out there, Janice, I'm still on if you are. I'm still on if you are. And if you want to check out what time the malls are open, so we can figure that out, I would happily go and finish my Christmas shopping and then go out for dinner with my friend. So now I have a bunch of little ones so I can decide card wise. It might be, I think my card base will probably be a 5x7 tonight just for the scale of these trees. Hello, Anna. How are you? Hola, how are you? Very glad that you found me. Were you just cruising around on Facebook and it popped up? 10 grandkids, their parents, 22 of us are and our 4 dogs. That is a lot. I love it. I would love that. I cooked and finished it all at friend's house who is recovering from cancer. That's awesome, Patty, that you got a chance to do that. I'm sure your friend really appreciated it. I've been playing with Warm Wishes and missed the live last week, but this looks awesome. We'll have to go back and watch last week's live, definitely. And my plan, my plan, if you signed up for the Warm Wishes weekend, is we're looking at next Sunday, which I think, what did we decide is next Sunday, the 5th, that I might go live on the 5th in our private group for a little creating session. So it's easier for people to access. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. We can all do a Thanksgiving at Vicky's house. Yes, we'll rent someplace. Vicky does not want to do all that work, but I would love to get together with all of you guys and somebody else cook us food. Wouldn't that be awesome? So I came down here after I made a really good supper tonight. So I took a pork loin and I roasted it last night to rare. So I put it in the oven with some soy sauce and some garlic powder and onion powder and roasted it to rare and then put it in the fridge. And then decided, I said to Devin, do you guys want to have like some kind of version of pork tacos tonight? So I took that out and I had a leek in the fridge and I sliced up a leek and I put it in frying pan with some sesame oil and chopped ginger and chopped garlic and a little bit of, I have a ginger garlic mix that has some kind of pepper in it, like spicy pepper. And then I put the pork sliced up in there, and then added some, I have a Szechuan sauce, and we did that. And then I pulled the pork apart after it had cooked and made a like garlic sauce and chopped up tomatoes and radishes. And I did it lettuce wrapped, and they had it as tacos. And Rich had it with rice because he's a weirdo who will not eat a taco. And it was so good. We're trying to be a little bit more switching up the recipes because everybody's kind of getting tired. We've been COVID times. I've been cooking everything at home, right? But it was, I have to say, Devin kept saying that was like restaurant worthy. Like there are things that you cook, Mom, that you could open a restaurant of healthy food and people would love it. So it was very yummy. I started soup season. Yeah, today was caldo verde, sausage, collard greens, and potatoes. That sounds excellent, Ellen. I do this program, Gina Livy, where a lot of the friends, a lot of you guys here are there with me, where it's a really healthy weight loss program. I'm down 20 pounds. A lot of you who've joined with me are down 25 and 30. It's awesome. I have had some not the best moments of binge eating with stress. So now I'm trying to get back on track and finish my last 2 weeks strong. But they just made a soup on there with white beans, sausage, and a bunch of things. And I'm like, I'm totally making that one. I love one pot meals, right? Bravo, Vicky. Now cook for me. You would have liked that, right? Yes, Angie is, look at Angie is killing it on Gina Livy, doing great. Caldo Verde is a weekly thing around here. Portuguese husband. I want to try that though. And Natalie, I did not know your husband was Portuguese. How did I not know that? And D'Souza is a Portuguese name, isn't it? But I live under a rock. So I just need to pay more attention, right? But yes, that sounds very good. I would love that. And I guess what made me think of that is they had put arugula in the soup, and I am an arugula lover, and I never knew that that is a green that you would put in soup like a spinach. So I am 100% doing that with my next soup, putting a ton of arugula in it right before I eat it, right? Carolyn, you're signed up to try it out in January. As I was so inspired by you, Angie, and Virginia. Yeah, Virginia's killing it. I think she's like over 25 pounds lost. Yeah, it's awesome. But I did not know you could put arugula in a soup. So I'm totally going to do that. So you'll enjoy it, Carolyn, and you will be in good company. There are a lot of us, and I'm signed up for the January group as well because I am not done with my journey towards a healthier 50-year-old, right? So I'm just cutting these out. So what I was saying is I had done the smaller trees and then decided I wanted to scale them up for the layout tonight. So this is giving you a chance to grab your stuff, or if you didn't make larger trees, you might want to whip a couple up. So once these are done, I want to do a background using blues. I'm going to use blue distress inks and my Warm Wishes stencils, and either silver or iridescent or gesso, I don't know, to do kind of a snowfall background on that blue. We're going to do like just a kissing background. And then I'm going to mix it with my Warm Wishes. And we could totally make these Christmas trees. We could punch out some little pieces and put balls on the tree and stuff, or we could make it more wintry, whatever you want to do. I should join too. I'm telling you, Pamela, check it out. Gina Livy Weight Loss. And it is, I think, 75 Canadian for 12 weeks. She goes live. There's tons of community support, and it really is just healthy eating. It's healthy eating, but in a really mindful way. So if you feel like you want, like I say, it's a healthy journey. For me, it's not, it's weight loss, but I feel so much better. Oh my goodness, right? Friends that are out there. Patty is, if she's still out there, she is one of my weight loss partners. and Angie, Virginia. Who else is here? There's a lot of us. And some people started and, it just didn't fit in this to finish, right? Like it's hard. You have to be in the right mindset. But I'm hoping some will be back for the winter session because it's never too late. It's never too late. And I love that there are tons of ladies that are like 60s and in their 70s that are finding success. People getting off of their meds, their high blood pressure meds, their inflammation is improved with their arthritis or any different conditions they have. Their diabetes, like a lot of health related issues are really cleared up with eating clean and healthy. Love it. So look I made these. I'm totally loving it. Kim, it's just, I'm doing this program called Gina Livy, and it's just healthy eating and getting myself under control so I feel better. So you haven't missed anything, right? It's Gina, GINA LIVY. If you search Gina Livy weight loss, you'll find her website and you can sign up there. It's a 12-week program. And I always say, right, you got nothing to lose. And there's lots of ladies on there who are doing it for the health or even just for some of their conditions that they have. So look at this. I just came down here and started this at 7:15. And I drew a couple new trees in different sizes. And I painted them all with distress ink on foundations paper. And I did 4 different trees and just mixed up my colors. I used all the greens that I have, and I love how they turned out, right? So in essence, I just made my own ephemera, right? So yeah, it is. January is the Fernwood class. So the Fernwood weekend that hopefully you're coming to hang out with me so you can clip, flip, and sip, right? I love it. So I did these. Hello, Paula. How are you? What did I miss? I'm just talking like I always do. But I made a couple of new trees to do a layout tonight. And then I have the other ones that were made last weekend for the card, or last week for the card. So I just kind of love this, that we could stack these on a layout, right? And then have a cute little, either just winter. You could do the tree farm. Like I think this would be an idea if you cut your own trees down. But I love them, and I wish I would have taken a picture before I am going to use them on here, but I didn't. But isn't that fun? And they are. It's the same idea of what we did last week. And then I just scaled them up. I took my time. Like a lot of these were fast, and I didn't love them. I told you guys some of them I'm like, meh. And then when I took my time and drew them again and played around with my inks a little bit more, I love how these ones turned out, right? Loved how these ones turned out. Vicky baking. Yes, sometimes I do. I will for Christmas. I was talking to my friend Patty, and I was saying that I will 100%, even though I don't eat cookies and that kind of stuff, but around Christmas, I will eat my baking. One day, I'll have one day where I am going to eat a whole pan of Rice Krispie squares. I said, oh yes, I would love some baking. Oh my goodness, yes. Kim owns a food truck, so she really knows how to do the cooking stuff, right? Those are fun. Thanks, Libby. You could add these to your art journaling too, right? But I love the idea of even if I put these in an art journal, I like the idea of cutting out just for that layer then when you add it onto your other things. So I have cut the trees out that I think I will use tonight. And now I'm ready to actually do something with you guys, right? Oh, Ukrainian. I love it. Did you use a black marker to draw the ones you did tonight? I did. I started with a pencil and then I went in with my micron. So let me hold these a little closer so you can see, Karen. Can you see that? So black marker, and there, if you want to screenshot, if you guys want to draw something, you can do that now. So those are 2 of the trees. This is almost like a chevron idea. I drew it with a pencil, then I doodled over it, because I always find if you go very loose with your and sketch rather than try to draw straight lines and make it where it's a little messier, it's way more forgiving and a little bit charming, right? A little bit charming. So there's that. And then these two, if you wanted to see up close, because I just like whip them around and I don't show you guys anything. Brisket is your main thing. Oh, I love that. Kim, yummy, yum. So like I said, I whipped these up tonight just so I'd have something to do on a layout. And then I have the smaller ones for a card. And then I sketched out, where did I, there, over there, a couple different ideas on how we could use them. So we could do, we're going to do a background, right? We're going to do a background with, I think blues. I'm going to do kind of like light blue watercolor background. And then I think we are going to put a background, and I don't know if I'll be able to finish the layout or any of it tonight. We might only be able to plan for it, because guess what? I don't know if I put texture paste, like mediums on the back, if they'll be dry in time, but let's figure out what we can do. I'm kind of leaning towards this sketch, and you'll probably look at this and go, that looks like nothing. But in my head, it makes sense, right? But that's what my plan is. So I have a sheet of foundations paper. Okay, so this will give you an idea of, look at how nice these are going to look. It's going to be fun, right, to do a layout. So no matter where you layer them, and decide, I might not use all of them. I may be only going to use 3, right? I might not use the 4th, but we'll decide, oh, actually, I like this, kind of that height, right? Totally digging that. And then you could do a strip with photos and mixed media on this side and a banner or something. Or these could go on the bottom. You could put strips of pattern paper behind, a strip at the top, some photos here. You could make this a double page layout, which I think would be freaking awesome if you mirrored the height on the other side, did 2 pages and made a forest in the middle, and then you could put your photos all around it. And wouldn't this be fun if you guys cut down your own Christmas tree? How fun would this be, right? I love that. I love that idea. So whatever you want to do, right? And you could do it, right, where your pattern is on the bottom and your photos go across the top, whatever you decide to do. I'm going to do the mixed media on the background and then decide from there. I definitely want to use some pattern paper. So decide if it's going to be along the top, the bottom, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to kind of do my background with the watercolor kissing kind of just in the center of the page. I don't want it all over. I want white around the edge. I want it to look like more pigment in the middle that just kind of fades to the side, right? And then I did not grab another sheet, but I should prep a background at the same time for my card. So I'm going to get another piece of foundations paper. Okay, friends? And if you're new, this is what Vicki Boutin Foundations paper looks like. It's magical because it's 12 by 12 and 140 pound weight. It is smooth and white, so it holds wet medium really, really well. If you are new to doing all of this stuff and you're loving the mixed media, this is a tool for success. So it's one of those things, kissing it like it's I'll kiss it like, I'm not going to kiss it like it's The Rock tonight. I'm going to kiss it like it's my very frail grandma, very gently. She is very frail. I don't want to break her. But if it was The Rock, that'd be a whole different story, right? So not going to kiss it like it's The Rock tonight. So it's one of those things with foundations paper. You will find once you start doing this, I always recommend, if it's on sale right now on scrapbook.com or Cherry on Top, buy multiple pads if that's where you shop from, right? Or your favorite scrapbook store, because it is your friend. it's your friend, right? So let's do the things. I grabbed some blues tonight, and I'm not sure. Speckled egg may be cool with, like, look at some tumbled glass. Peacock feathers, don't know if I'm going to use that. Broken china, maybe. Evergreen bough, maybe a little hint of it. Let's figure it out as we go. But I'm thinking this palette I'm going to like for a bluey background. Okay. Now, what you could do to guarantee that it's going to be on the lighter side is you could mist a little water on the background. I want to make sure my sheet, because I've been coloring trees on here, doesn't have any green or brown on it, because that would not be pretty. I'm going to start with a lighter color. So I think I'm going to go in with tumbled glass and some speckled egg. So I'm going to put a little bit of tumbled glass on here, because this might be all I end up using. Right? So it's a little sheet of plastic I have. And I'm just put a little bit of that on here. And then we're going to mist, or you could use paintbrush. And now I'm looking and going, Vicki, you got a little crazy, and it's all on your sheet. So guess what I'm going to do? Just so I can contain it. Remember I said I wanted that kind of it in the center of my page. So I just wipe my outer edges off so that it will stay where I want it to go. And because there's two different colors, I'm going to move my background around and just start to deposit and build a pattern with that light blue. But I really want it to just kind of be like a hint of color. I'm going to move that because you see that line I have here, just because it sucked in on the plastic, right? So I'm just going to kind of move that around a bit, and I'm going to give it a blast with my heat gun. Okay. Hi, Rich. How are you?
Good. Can I, do I have to wait to watch more Succession?
Yes. You think. You cannot cheat. You can. Okay, friends out there. Can your significant other, can you watch a show together on Netflix or Prime and it's at a really juicy point, and can your spouse really come down and say, can I watch it without you? Oh my goodness. And I'm like, you already know the answer to that, Mr. Man. No, you cannot watch that without me. I don't even know what that dude was thinking right there. So before this completely dries, do you see I have a lot of color going on here? I'm going to break it up with a little water and see if that will do anything. I don't know if it will, but I'm going to try. I cannot even believe. I'm like, what are you talking about? Of course you cannot. Not if you want to remain married. Because that is like walk-in paper conversation. My walk-in papers are his walk-in papers. Get out. I'm going to go watch Succession by myself. And oh my goodness. Okay. So he started it. I have not even watched the whole first season. I started late with him, and it is a train wreck. Like, have anybody watched it yet? Hi, Barbara. How are you? Have you watched Succession? What a bunch of terrible, rotten human beings. That's all I have to say. But I can't not watch it now. I'm totally, I'm totally in it. Like, I'm in it. I've got to watch it. There's green. You're going to see flecks of green in my background because I don't have a clean paper towel. I'd be the one asking to watch it without my hubs. Well, Susan, that's okay. If I did it, I just wouldn't tell him, and then I'd rewatch it with him. And that might have happened back in our days with watching The Walking Dead. But, oh my goodness, if you have not watched Succession, what a train wreck. What a bunch of terrible human beings. Netflix, I don't think it's on Netflix. I think it's on Prime. You would let him watch it without you. Well, you're a much nicer person than I am. I am not. Because also, this is the other thing that Rich does is we'll start an episode and then he'll go, it's late, we need to go to sleep, and he'll shut it off. And I'm not that person. I cannot watch half an episode and go to sleep. I need to know what happens. Like, I will dream about it. I will have my own plot lines and outcomes in my sleep. And then I wake up and go, did that happen? Or did I imagine it? It's on HBO, but we don't have HBO. So I think it's on Prime in Canada. Is that part of my Prime? Yeah. We'll watch tomorrow. Sinuses are a mess. Have a nice evening. See you later, Dora. Rest up and take something for that too. So did anybody say they're watching it? Is anybody watching it? Oh my goodness. What a hot mess that show is. Just a bunch of terrible humans. So I'm not going to put as much. I'm going to put another layer of just tumbled glass down because I would like a little bit more blue. It's a lot of gray going on. Crave, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's part of my Prime. I think my Prime has like multiple channels on there. So you can hardly see it because it's such a light blue. But I want to go and break this big section of pigment up in the middle here, okay? So I'm just going to layer some on here. Oh, see, that was like the rock. I just went in there because my page is a little buckled. I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to put a little ooh, yeah, it's oxide. I don't know. I don't know if I want that. So let's put a little bit more of this first. Tumbled glass is very light, but it's such a beautiful color. Succession, yes. Second season is OMG. That's what we're on. Oh my goodness. And I did not watch the first season, so I don't even know, because he's like, oh my gosh, I'm watching this show and they're terrible, terrible people. Like, these people are terrible to each other. And I started watching it and I didn't like it at first because I'm like, I can't handle this. They're like rotten. And now I'm like hooked. I'm 100% hooked. I need to know what happens now. Crave is a Canadian thing like Prime and Netflix. Yeah, but I don't think we have Crave TV. Apple TV. I have it on Apple. That's where he's watching it. It's on Apple TV. You are right, Ellen. That's where we're watching it. Apple. See, I'm more of the, I just forgot the name. Who's the guy, the American guy doing the football team in?
That is incorrect.
What?
It's on Prime Crave.
It is on Prime Crave.
And it's The Rock.
Who's The Rock? What are you talking about, The Rock now, you weirdo? He just came in here, just so you know, so you can get a visual, with his hockey gloves on and was pointing at me like this, telling me with his hockey gloves. I really wish I could have flicked the camera so you guys could see, right? Ding dong. You're in BC and I have Crave. That's what Rich just told me. We are watching it on Crave. Not Coach, the Ted Lasso. That's the other show I absolutely love, is Ted Lasso. That's my kind of TV. Or TV, but it is. I'm watching it on the television set. Yes, The Rock was on Ballers. We did watch that too. He finished that. I have not finished that. The first time I watched it was actually on an airplane. I love it. Name again, I couldn't find it on Prime. It's not on Prime, Kim. It's on Crave or Apple TV. And it is called Succession. And just be prepared to watch a family of rotten human beings. But it's hilarious. It is like, you will laugh out loud at parts. The writing is very clever. It's a very good show. So thoroughly enjoying that. I'm going to put some water on top of my little drips just to make them not as polka dotty. So just layering away, friends. If you're new here, I'm layering to create a background that we can then put our trees on top of. And I would like to make it blue enough that we could put some snow on top. So I'm going to have to layer a little bit more pigment. We'll figure out another color. And I take my paper towel and I just take some of the excess water off so I don't have to dry and dry and dry this. Okay. But the magic is that even though I'm going in with a color that's super light, like tumbled glass is, by layering it, layering it, layering it, I start to build the depth, right? I'll start building the depth. Thank you, Christine. You found it. It's good. But I want to, did anybody say they're watching it with me? I think a couple of you guys are, right? What is your opinion? Do you think I'm crazy and it's not that bad? But oof, that's what I feel like. I watch it and I say to him, I hate that guy. Like, that guy's so mean. I don't like him at all. And then Rich laughs at me. And it's okay. It's just a TV show. I don't like him. He's a meanie. And he laughs. Rich does. Not the guy on TV, because he does not know that I'm calling him a meanie. The father. That's who I'm talking about, Marianne. And we're close, I think, to the end of season 2. Oh, terrible human being. You're watching Our Kind of People. I'll have to check that out. I'm always looking for new ones. Yeah, I can't watch the news either. Because the news is even worse because it's reality, right? Like whatever's going on the news is really going on. I'm watching a TV show that I'm sure there's people out there that are rotten like that, but for me, it's just a TV show I'm watching, right? Do you see this coming together? And this is why it's worthwhile to take your time to build the layers. Build the layers. So I'm not done. I'm going to keep doing it because this is totally for fun tonight, right? The cousin is hilarious. Yes. And Rich really doesn't like the daughter's husband. Tom. Is his name Tom? Yeah, Rich does not like Tom. That's all I hear. Oh, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Not a fan of Tom, but I have a hard time because the guy who plays Tom plays Mr. Darcy in one of the what is that one? What is Mr. Darcy? Which Pride and Prejudice? Yes, he plays Mr. Darcy, right? So I'm like, but I love him as Mr. Darcy. So I'm having a hard time. And I said, but that's what I say to him. But he's a really good actor because he can play Mr. Darcy and play this jerk on this show. Right? Tom is a weak weasel. Yes. But yes, he's in Pride and Prejudice. And like, I adore him. He's my favorite Mr. Darcy. That's hilarious. Rich will appreciate that when you say he's a weak weasel. Vicky, I think I missed when you said why you chose blue for the background. Is there any particular reason or you felt like it? Sky, Ellen, I'm going for like a sky behind my trees and I want to put snow on here with my stencil. So I thought blue would be good, right? You could go darker, you could go grays or something. So it's like almost like a night sky if you wanted to. Okay, I want to deposit some more color. I'm loving the texture. Can you see? Like, look at all the dots of color. But now I want more blue on here. So I'm going to go in here with a little bit of peacock feather. Just a little bit. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see. Am I going to be scared? Ooh, guess why I can't use that? I don't want to really use oxides on here. What to do? I could get up and get it. But I'm not going to do it. I don't want oxide, I don't think. I think I just want to go with regular distress. So it's going to take a little bit more time, but I'm going in just with my tumble glass. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give her a little bit with ink blending tool, okay? If you do not have distress inks, what would you use? Do you have any other inks that are water soluble? Like that will work like this? I use distress art crayons. You could use just some blues and art crayons. So I'm going in here just with my ink blending tool to deposit a little bit more pigment. And then what I will do is I will watermark on top of it. So it will be the reverse. So just kind of watch. So I'm just building up some of my depth, very lightly adding some pigment in here on top of everywhere that we've kind of blended, just kind of in the center area, just so the snow technique is going to show up on here. Now you got to make sure you dry this before you start rubbing, or you're going to tear your paper. Okay, so make sure your background isn't really wet before you start depositing pigment on here. And don't rub. Just kind of load and get some pigment down on here. And then I'll show you in a second what I mean with going in and watermarking on top of it. Right? And then we can go in a little bit more, maybe over in here. Sorry, I'm not talking for a minute because I'm focused and I'm not looking at your comments just yet. So give me a sec and I will look in case you're asking questions I might have missed. So now I made it a little bit more solid, but I will go in and put some water on top, which will eat into this ink and break it up, because I don't like that I can see lines and things on here. So I will go in and break that up a little bit. And I am going to just deposit little pockets of color and kind of do the reverse where there's blue dots on here. Now we'll make a little bit of white dots on there. Okay. So I'm just putting some little dots of water just to break that up. Okay. Take my paper towel and I'm going to lift this pigment off. Just the water areas, so that now that broke it up and I don't have big solid areas of ink. It's very mottled and pretty. Can you see that? I don't know where that just came from. There. Hope you guys can see that. This is a very light color though, so you're not going to have, it's very forgiving actually. This is a great color when you're first learning. Forgot it was Friday. Hello, Bernadette. How are you? You're never too late to the party. Hello, Nancy from snowy Ottawa. I know we had snow today too, and it was freaking cold outside. Snowflake stencil would be cool. Yes, it will. Katie, look. I'm going to use this one for warm wishes. So won't that be fun to have some snow falling down in the background? And part of me wants to put gesso or texture paste, and then I want to position the stencil again, and then like use I don't know, we'll decide. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to go in one more layer, one more, and I'm going to break it up a little bit with a little bit of speckled egg. Let's see if I'm going to regret this or not. Let's go in an area that it'll be okay. Not everywhere, just kind of some areas. I'm going to drop on some of that speckled egg, which just is a little bit more of a gray blue. And then we'll put some water dots in that. I want to make sure it's dry though. Okay. Some up here a little bit. Right there, maybe in this corner a little bit. So there is tons of depth in this background from what we've just been doing. And that's why I want you guys to get comfortable with that. Sometimes the process takes a while, but it is 100% worth it to put the time into creating your art. Don't rush through this. Just enjoy that. Maybe this part's going to take a bit longer, but the outcome and your result is 100% worth it. I'm using the same ink blending tool. So I just wiped some pigment off. And then let's bring some of that blue back in here. Bright blue. Okay, I can see an area right there. I got to be careful. It's starting to pill because it was very wet. And we'll go in there one more time and drip. So I am not spraying full on water. I am putting little tiny drops to build depth, because now this eats away at the layer I just deposited and will make the layers underneath shine through. It's all very magical. Okay. I'm going to let it sit here for a second and marinate, and then I'm going to lift it. And then I have this. Oh, I love it. These colors make my heart so happy. I hope you guys can see this. I will lift it up and show you. This is, and you know what? If we don't get to the card tonight, because we might not, like I'm trying to be reasonable with how long I stay on here. I'm going to do the same process, exactly what you see with a card. So I will post the finished card, even if we don't get a chance to actually do it together. I'm going to dry this because you will really see the colors pop when we go in here and dry this. Let me see if I can work that little mess I made there. Take some of the pigment out. So yes, so for the card background will be the exact same thing, but what I will do is on a piece that I then mount on a background. So I won't do the whole card like this. I will do a mat. So I lift off any extra water. Can you see? Look how pretty. You can see some dots. I'll lift it. Burp, burp. Look how nice these are going to look. So pretty, right? So let's dry this. Thanks, Krista. What's Kalia? Kalia. Diane, I want to know what Kalia. Hi, Shelly. How are you? So we need to dry this, and part of me wants to get my mink out and flatten it. Will you guys be mad if I do that? Because to go on now and do the texture layer, I would like my background to be as flat as possible. So you know, if you don't have a mink or a laminator, all I would do is leave this under stack of papers and come back and do it tomorrow. See, and if I was by myself, I probably would do another layer. I'm not going to lie, just because it's who I am. And I love this, but it's very, very soft and subtle. And I would like it a little darker, but I'm going to go in. Sorry, I'm going to add one more. I got to do it. Just right in here, a little bit more pigment. Okay. Because I took a lot of the color away. And I just feel like we need it back right in here. Okay. Just one more little bit. You watch, we'll end up covering all of this because here, Vicky, go do that. And then you're going to cover it all anyway. I just want this kind of area of this pretty turquoise, and maybe, no, just there. See, know when to stop. And I don't want it to be misty. I just want drops of water in that. So I'm pressing very light with the bottle. I don't want light mist. I want big drips of water. So it breaks it up, but it still retains most of the color. I'll show you in a second. So I'm letting it lift that pigment that's just sitting on top of the page. And when we pick it up, do you see what I got? More. And I'll break it up a little bit more because it's a little too polka dotty. And this is, I really, really want you guys to get into this whole idea of just taking your time. See, that was worth it. Do you see that magic right there? I love it so much. And now I need to repeat it down here. I kept telling you, oh, I'm done now. I'm done now. And then I'm not done just yet. Not yet, almost. Because I want a little bit more of that down here. Okay. And while the ink is super wet, go in here and put your little drippies on here. So imagine, because some of you might not be making a layout, right? You're not scrapbookers. You might be making a card. You're going to do this exact same background, and you could do a whole 12 by 12 and make a whole bunch of different card backgrounds, right? Oh, I love this so much. Let me dry it and I will show you. So for my friends out there who don't have distress ink, this is one of those things. I'm telling you, I love this ink. It's just magical. And I love anything in blues and greens. But look at, I'm hoping you guys can see this. Can you see that? I don't know how clear it is. There. So that's my base. It's actually not bad. And I used, for the most part, tumbled glass and a little bit of speckled egg. And that's the colors that I used, regular distress, to build this background. And I'm going to quickly get my mink and flatten it out. And then I think this stencil from Warm Wishes is going to be perfect. I'm just going to put, again, broken snow falling down into our trees. So we have like a little wintry wonderland. Look how these are going to pop on here. Right? Love that. And see how I didn't go right to the edges, so that white framing it around here is very pretty. Like this all pops. You would not even need a piece of pattern paper. If you are new to all of this and you just had distress ink, some water, some stencils, and a pen, and draw your own, a paintbrush, you can make 20 million different things, right? I need to make larger trees. Yeah, and I whipped these up tonight, Bernadette. Like they don't, once you do it, once in the smaller, it's very fun, right? And I think cutting it out with a white border makes them pop on top of here. So I'm going to get my Mink machine, which is in essence a style of like a laminator. And what it will do is it will flatten my background out because it'll take all the moisture, and with pressure and heat will flatten this. Do you have to do this or have to own one of those to play? No. But if I didn't, I would leave this and work on it tomorrow after I set it under a stack of cardstock or something heavy, that the pressure would flatten it out. But I don't have the time to do that when we're doing a live. So I will grab my Mink and we'll flatten that quickly. I love this so much that if I was on my own, I'd be making a duplicate so I could leave one just to look at. You don't have to put anything on your stuff, right? Some of it is just pretty to look at. Not lying, I would leave that and just look at it, pet it. So my Mink also is worth every penny because I can also foil with reactive products or with toner-based ink. So you can do some really beautiful things, which we did actually in my Warm Wishes class. We did some of the pieces with that. So I'm going to wait till this is green. I'm going to get my sleeve. We're going to feed it through. My room is an absolute pigsty. Totally terrible mess right now that I need to clean up. Whew, but right now it's my house is getting cleaned instead of my scrap room, my studio space. I'm actually going to put that tissue on top because it may absorb some of the moisture out of the paper. So you don't need to have the tissue. It's just in here. So as soon as this turns green, I will feed this through and it will flatten it out. So I love that. You should let me know those things, Karen, because I don't know if I'll have another order in before Christmas, but I could order one. So now I just feed this through, and all this is doing is slowly going through with heat and pressure, and it flattens my mixed media out. If I would have put texture paste on it first, like if gesso would be fine, but if I would have put any of my glazes or anything that's kind of acrylic base, you would not want to put it through your mink because it will melt and then glue it to this sheet. So you would not put it on there, right? With that. I love that, Karen. I'm sure I could set the boys up with stuff for their mama. I love my mink. I do love it. Is it a tool I use all the time? No, but most of my tools I don't use all the time, but I think it's definitely worth adding to your crafting toolbox, right? Oh, wonderful creative mess. Shelly, it's a mess, but I'm going through and I'm getting rid of stuff because I just need a purge. I find this time of year is my purge time of year. Can I show you something? If you're doing any shopping at scrapbook.com, you need to add this. I cannot wait to use this. Did you see this nested die? So I'm going to do something for them with it. But if you did not see, oh my goodness, nested decorative circles. Oh, and I saw Paige just made a beautiful project, a mini book or something with it too. So let me show you now. Look, my page is flat. And look at how the artwork pops out on it now. Hope you guys can see it. Because I don't know how good the camera is, but love it. So I love my mink for foiling, but I love it for flattening my mixed media. Right? Love that. So I'm just throwing this on the floor and I'm going to try not to trip on it. And I'll put it away in a minute. Remind me not to trip on it, right? See, look, I love it. Not bad, right? I got yellow on it. Now it looks like I was eating a hot dog and I got mustard on my page. Ding dong. So I am not, again, what's fun with this is I'm going to start kind of in the center and then move it out. I don't want a whole line of snow. I don't want a whole rectangle or square of snow. I just want a little bit coming down. So what you have to watch now, right? If we go in, I could go in with gesso or I could go in with white texture paste and the snow could be completely white. I could go in with silver and make it silver snow. I could go in with iridescent and sparkly white snow, or you could put a layer of gesso down like a texture paste, let it completely dry, and then take your stencil brush and you could make it sparkle with iridescent. So that's kind of what I would like to do. But if I do that, we have to let it wait. I couldn't finish it tonight. I was able to get a brand new mink for $5 at a Notions marketing craft outlet. Kept asking the lady at the cash register if the price was for real. Isn't that funny, Jessica? You should have done one of those IKEAs, like start the car and bought 2 of them, because I'm sure one of your friends would have thought that was the best gift in the world, right? But yeah, that's awesome. So I'm going to use one of my products. So I'm going to decide which one that I'm going to use. Because iridescent will be pretty, but I think on the white with the iridescent would be really awesome. But we can go in because this is like butter, right? And I think that the iridescent could be very pretty on here. See? There's tons of mica in it. It's an awesome texture paste. So I'm going to go in here. What do you think? Do you think iridescent is going to be very subtle? It's going to be very subtle. Now you have to be very careful because if you had a 12 by 12 stencil, it'd be very easy. But by putting this down, you don't want to lay your stencil in your wet texture paste, right? So I'm going to make sure I get a couple snowflakes. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, friends. Seriously, get ready for it. Can you see that? It's so pretty. Now we have to decide how Vicky's going to put more on here without wrecking what I have down here. Oh my goodness, on that blue, it's beautiful, and it's not even dry yet, so you can't even see the full sparkle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully, by holding the corner up, try to cheat and put a couple more on here without wrecking what I've done. Let's see. Can I do it? I'm going to try. Okay, it worked. And I may want to come back in here later and put some up here, but I won't do that till this completely dries. So there'll be a second layer of that, right? Because I'm putting this on pretty thick. I just want dots down here. I don't want the actual snowflakes. So I'm just holding my stencil and carefully, oops, see, I moved it. So I'm going to leave it now because I'm going to wreck it. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty, my friends. So think what you could do this. This is a totally frozen background, right? So see, make sure, like I knew I moved that. I want to make sure I clean the back of my stencil off. And I'm going to show you something. So we're going to, while this is drying a little bit, see if I can get it to cure a little bit. Okay. Love that. So pretty. I'm going to show you something quick. Okay, quick, Vicky. Setting that aside to dry. This is still wet, and I'm going to put some water on it to keep it wet. And we're going to use the opposite of it for our card. Okay, so watch. Valerie, did you order the Warm Wishes kit? Because it's in the kit. If not, I have lots of them here. So if, I don't know if you ordered Fernwood or, but yes, I can fix you up. So I'm going to deposit pigment very quickly on my background, and I'll use this for my card base. Okay, so I'm going to go in here with some oxide. Okay, this is peacock feathers. Okay, a little bit of oxide because I get lots of coverage quickly. I want some white in there too, not just all. Okay, and then I am going to take this stencil with lots of water on it. I'm going to lay that on here. And we're going to kiss that down and see what we get. I'll still break up some of that area through the stencil. This might be for this card and it might be for something else, but I don't want to waste, you know, all that pretty on that stencil. So let's see what we get. It might be good. It might be too wet. I don't know yet. Ooh, it's pretty. And I will put that one down too, because we can. And take another tool and put a different color through those. Oh, boop. Boop. Open spaces. Some speckled egg. This stencil has little sharp edges, so you got to watch your blending tool. If you have a blending brush, might work even better because it won't eat up your blending tool. I put the excess down just so we don't waste it. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay, let me show you what we got here. Totally love the speckled egg for snow. So you're not going to be able to see this right away. When it dries, there is like a snowy background here, but then look at that one. So the speckled egg through the stencil that had iridescent glaze and had peacock feathers. And then you get a really cool pattern on there. This, I don't know what I'll use it for, but I tend not to waste. Like if there's medium on here, I'm going to use it on something, right? That circle is half price now. Which one? That stencil I just showed you. So yes, please use my share sale links because it costs you nothing, friends, when you use those. But it certainly helps me when I do these Friday Night Lives every week. That to me, it's just that little gift that people give back is if they're going to shop anyway. And all you have to do is click on any of my share sale links and it doesn't matter what you're shopping for, it will work. So I certainly do appreciate when you guys can do that. So I'm just going to see if you can see a little bit of this. Because sometimes, you know, our little tests, things we're going to try out work really well. And sometimes they're like, meh, didn't turn out exactly like I wanted it to. But this one did. And that was just the second pass. Totally love this one because that speckled egg looks almost like dirty snow. Not like yellow dirty snow, but dirty snow. It's fun. How do I do that? I have to figure it out. So do you see in the description of this video, I put warm wishes and then I put a share sale link for scrapbook.com and a cherry on top. If you click on either of those, you're using my share sale. It doesn't matter what you're shopping for, the link will work. So hopefully that's helpful. So even if you're going to shop for some exclusives for scrapbook.com, because oh my goodness, the other thing you have to look at if it's on sale as well is the magic mat. I'm telling you guys, if you do die cutting, you need the magic mat. It is a game changer tool. With scrapbook.com, I'm going to show you because I just was organizing all of my scrapbook.com exclusive stuff. So let me grab that while we're waiting for that thing to set up a little bit. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about because we've talked about it before and they've been sold out forever. This is what the magic mat looks like. So I just got these two sizes and this makes die cutting. I'm telling you, these tools, this thing is the best thing in the world. When you use this, my die cutting, like with the steel rule dies, they cut like butter. What's a free gift? Magic Mat was a free giveaway today with an order. Oh my goodness, friends. I need to go and tell people about that because you know, I freaking love this thing. I love, see, Mary Jane, do you not? That this Magic Mat is magic, right? I didn't know that. It's a free gift today. So yes, definitely check that out. I've been living under a rock today, but comes in a whole bunch of different sizes depending on what machine you have. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. It's still there for free. I love it. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out, friends. I'm going to be sharing with you. Like, look at what I set up. I set this up with all of my scrapbook. I love this tray, their storage stuff. I don't even know some of this. I don't even know if I'm supposed to show it yet because some of it I think is just coming out. But I love their sticker books, their stamps, their exclusive stencils. It's all in here. And I used this last year. Love this freaking thing. I'm going to actually give one away. I have some of this stuff that is, I have 2 sets of. So I am going to do a giveaway. I have a video I'm filming for scrapbook.com. So when that airs, I'll do a scrapbook.com exclusive. Oops, see, friends, I told you I'd trip on it. Giveaway. I have a whole bag of stuff beside me that is all their exclusives that are coming out as their giveaways. Oh my goodness, it's some good freaking stuff in here. Color pops of color. So anyway, jump on this. If you like to use steel rule, like die cutting, if you do die cutting, jump on that. Look at this one. I freaking love it. Pockets, nested pockets. Oh, the things we could do with this. So some of these we're going to use when we do our Christmas exclusive or our Christmas scrapbooking. I have a whole whack of stuff over here. So anyway, I thought I would share. And now I'm glad I did because you guys tell me that, do I need a code? No, just use any of my share sale links. So it will say like SHRL. And I posted them on the description of the video tonight. So they should be there, right? I bought a magic mat, but I don't know which way the die goes. I cut into the mat, right? I put the die cutting into the mat. So the cutting part of the die into the magic mat. I think that's how you do it. That's how I do it and get magic results. So we'll have to confirm. But I think that's the purpose of the mat, right? That you would cut into it. But it is. I don't know how they came up with that thing, but it's freaking awesome. I'm not lying. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Like, look at, I ordered all of the things. Look at for all my slimline card making. So be ready for it. I'm going to be doing tons of stuff with you guys. Using all of this magic stuff. I'm going to set it up. I want to do a room walkthrough. A lot of you have emailed me asking me about my dream box. It's on sale right now. I have to share a code for that one, but it's so good. The stuff's so good, right? Vicky, can you show that organizer again? It's from scrapbook.com, Valerie. Which one, the tall one or the big one? Because I have like a whole whack of them. Look at, and they're nice. They're like a paper. Like, look at this one. I have this one too. I love them. I love them. So I will show you a picture. Just text me later and I'll text you a picture of it. But I have the big one. I have the stadium ones. I have ones that fit like 4x6s with the dividers. Yeah, it's great. What's the name of that nested die set? I will post it after, Tracy, if that's helpful. I'll put links to all of the things. So as soon as we're done tonight, it'll be in the description of the YouTube and I'll put it on Facebook. Sorry. Choking. See, I want this to dry quickly because I would really like to finish this, but we know this isn't going to dry in time. See, it's still totally wet. So what my plan is, why don't we I'll build what I want to do for the layout. See, it's very hard. I love this so much now that I don't feel like it needs a lot. Like I feel like photos need to go down here and trees here, and then that magic just sits there. So could we put a whole bunch of pattern paper on it? We could, but my thought is it doesn't need it. Valerie, can you see in the description of this tonight? Because I posted it, are they wood or paper? They're hard paper, Barbara. So they're light enough to ship. So it's like a really heavy cardboard, but it's wrapped in a white paper. So you could totally, mix media them or paint them. So if you want to spray paint them would be great. But they are totally paper. They're brilliant. It's brilliant. So, but I was curious. I don't know if they showed up in the description. But now, do you see what I'm saying, friends? I don't know if I want to cover this with a whole bunch of pattern paper. So maybe at the top, I might put a couple strips and then something down here at the bottom with photos. And then I don't want to mess up my stenciled area. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this should just stay the way it is and the photos go here. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, right? I don't know if I want to cover it all, right? So yeah, I will put, because I know some of you will use the share sale links and some won't. But for you guys, if you would like to, I will add them after, like everything I just showed you, or all of my favorite things that are on sale right now. And they have some fabulous sales coming with scrapbook.com. And like I said, a cherry on top has 20% off today of everything, I think, right? So yeah, I don't know if I want to cover it all because I'm really loving it. Like, I know when this dries, I'm going to add a couple of dots over here because now it looks like a block here, here, and here. So I will put a little bit just to fill it out, but I won't make it a complete square, just a couple of dots. But do you see now this iridescent? Can you see why I love it so much? Look at the texture and height that you get on that, and look at the shine. And the magical thing with iridescent texture paste, which I know some of you guys are like, it's all sold out on VickiBooten.com. Am I going to add more? I am. I have a couple cases I just ordered of all of my mediums. I just haven't put them up in the shop yet because I'd like to add everything at the same time. But look at it, is completely without pigment. So if I take it, like you can see here, and blend it with any distress ink, I can make any water-soluble medium sparkle. So that's what's magical about, I call it happy crushed unicorn tears. Like, they're tears of joy from a unicorn. And then when you mix them with any tinted, like your re-inkers, anything that isn't too opaque, right? Because if it's super opaque paint, you won't see anything. There's no light goes through it, so it won't sparkle. But you can mix it with your mediums and then look what you get. Like, you can see it in here. This now is totally peacock feathers with sparkle in it. I love it. Turn the paper upside down to add the dots at the top. It won't interfere with the snowflakes. Yeah. Totally could do that, right? But I'm nervous because that would be what I will do, is I will rub through it, and I don't want to. And I can even, like, on the screen, look at the sparkle. I love it so much. Totally turned out. So yeah, too pretty to cover up, right? So we have a couple of different patterns. So one of them you could put, so you have options. That pattern paper could come down just the side, and then this could be on the side. Like, see how I did that idea? But you put photos in here so you cover most of it. But I'm thinking the idea of doing it along the bottom, this one will totally work. So you could put two mats up like this, or you could put some pattern paper across the bottom for a weight line and base. And then your photos could go here. One big 4x6, two 3x4s, two 3x3s, whatever you want to do. And then your trees on the side. And then when we lay these, some I'm going to put glue flat, and then some I will pop up, right? So we could put that up like that. And then this guy here. And then let's decide. I think I want tall to short-ish. So that's going to kind of be how we do it. I don't think this guy's going to go in here, although I really love it. I love the staggered pattern, but then it would only be maybe one photo, which would be okay. You could do this as like a 4x6, or take that out and it could be a 6x4. But I think this guy's not going to make it. He's not going to make the cut. I used Vicky's silver glaze really thick, then heated it with fun, and it all puffed up. And yes, and then it will dry, like it'll puff up and then it goes flat and kind of dotted and cooled, isn't it? It's really cool. Just ordered through your link, Vicky. Thank you. Thanks, Diane. Trim the white and layer on blue pattern paper so you see it on the edges. Yeah, you could do whatever you want, right? Heated with the heat gun. I love that. Heated with the heat fun. I just saw that, and I was reading it quick thinking that you were saying, and it was fun. So I'm going to start this. And you know what I'm saying with the background for the card? Either one of these. Look how cool. Oh, totally think I'm going to be vibing with this for a card background. Loving it. And that was literally just cleaning my stencil off and threw some ink through it. But you could use either one, right? For a card. I could probably get 2 cards out of the amount of trees that I have. So we could start that. Do you want me to start the card? Let this set up a little bit. Let's do that, right? Just place an order and use your link. Don't forget to give a thumb up as well. Thank you, Lorraine. I never remember to ask for any of that stuff, right? Not good with my marketing or doing any of those things. So I am loving what we're making tonight. So what size cards do you think? 5x7s? Should I do 5x7? And I kind of like that this is kind of broken across here. So let's at least trim this top part off. And you want funny? I just saw over there I have Joy cut out already that I could totally use on something. See, look at Joy is already cut out. Totally could use that on something. And that is from the Warm Wishes stamp set with the birds and the stars. So I'm going to cut this out and then let's decide what we're using. So do we think 5x7 card? I think would be good, right? I'm going to do 2 cards right now, Karen, very quickly. Very quickly going to do 2 cards. So if they're 5, I have to figure out, I don't have card bases, but I'll add this after. But let's make 2 mats that will go onto the card bases. So if we have 5x7, what is the height of this right now? Oh, it's perfect. Guess what it is? Just a little bit better than 4.5. I love it. So then let's see if we do 6.5, and then I'll just trim the edges. So I'm going to do this. So it kind of finishes the same. Okay. And just a little better than 6.5. So there's one that will go on to, oh, I love it. Look at, friends. This was just cleaning that stencil off. And if you join later, the ink I put through here is speckled egg. So we could use it either way. And then when you turn it, can you see the iridescence on here? So we could do one big tree like that. Look at, done. Or we could do it sideways with a bunch of trees. It could be the tall way with a couple of trees on the bottom. But for right now, let's cut this one out too. So we decide, I think I want this to go this way, even though there's only snowflakes on one side. And we can make this one vertical. Yep, because it's 7 right now. So totally going to trim some off the bottom and cut into and decide. See? Oh, so pretty. That's a blizzard, and this is a light snowfall. And I amuse myself. 6.5. No. But we're doing this one was tall, right? So we need 4. Do I want to use that? I kind of like that side. I'll do that. And that. Okay, there we go. So here are my 2 pieces that I'm going to use. And let's make, and then I will add and I will post photos of my finished cards after. So whatever I decide to mount it on. Made me laugh out loud. What made you laugh out loud? What did I say? I see you making what will be a gorgeous card. I'm reminded that I really didn't need to buy the 6 or 7 new Christmas stamps this season. Never true facts, Sonia. If you love the patterns, I don't think there's anything wrong with stamps. Will always be your friend, right? So look at, I am a total friend enabler. I'm like, buy the stamps. It's okay. So friends, we could use, if we wanted to, I could go with just a single tree. Let me know what your thoughts are on there. Or we could do, I know I want like a little grouping of trees on here. Like that. I like that idea. And then I'm not going to cover up what we did. So I kind of just like that idea, right? I'm going to put a piece across the bottom. And that will be my card for this side. And then you like the single tree with Joy? Okay, let's do it. I'm going to pop it up though, because you know I can't just leave it flat. I am easy. We can do the things. Where shall I go to see you make the gorgeous trees? Julie, last week, if you follow, what are you watching on? On Facebook. So here on Facebook, even easier to find it on my YouTube channel. It's just Vicki Booten as well. Is last week we drew the trees. And then I made a second set of them for today's little lesson. So yes, you can 100% watch. I do Friday night lives every week. And we did one of the new things I'm going to be doing, especially all year, is the doodle with me, because I really think that's fun. And you know what's funny is we get the best turnout. People love, like, I like this idea. What do you guys think? So I would like, do we like Joy like that? It's a lot of space. So let's figure this out. Because I can put some pieces across the bottom to build. Because I think I'll put some pearls or speckles down on here too. And then do we like Joy just popped up like this idea? We could decorate our tree too, right? I might find gems, some red gems to put on here to look like little red Christmas lights. Do you like this, Angie? Look at me struggling with my card making skills. But I know this is going to pop, but part of it will rest on the tree. So I'm only going to pop up over that. And maybe at the base of the Y. See, sometimes I look and go, is that way too simple? Or is it okay? Like I kind of like that. And then feed into the Joy with some kind of pattern paper or washi tape. But that makes me feel happy. Like I like how that's laid out. And then we could also put like a little subtitle down there. What do you guys think of that? Joy at the bottom looks awesome. You're doing great. Thank you. I like that though, right? And then we could put, like I have my washi tape. We could just put washi across the bottom. See my little bunny? Oh, look at what the red would be fun. Let's test it, because there's the thing with washi. It's forgiving, right? Because remember I said I want to put red gems on the tree. And then if I tie this at the bottom, like would tie my red in. What do you guys think of that? And then I'll do something else. So, okay, I like that. So I'm going to commit to that. And I think I'll put another one. I like that on there. Just small layouts. Yes, Julie. It's just it's hard because I'm doing this on the fly, right? With no planning at all. If I had time to sit here and look at it, and I would be not as, where I look at it and go, I don't know. And now I'm doing this so fast. I have to look like I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put this. I love this washi. I'll put a layer of that as well on there, because it is clear and fades in, and I think that's really pretty. See that? With the little bit of gold. So I think that is pretty. Let's look. I have this thing, right, where I sing, like, songs are in my head, and I have been going to Zumba a lot. I love Zumba, and there's a Zumba song, and it is completely in my head. It's all in Spanish, don't know what they're singing, but Vicky is completely singing it in her head right now, doing Zumba moves in my brain. So that is fun. And then it looks like it's just kind of sitting on there. See, my whole thing right now is the tree, to me, looks like it's floating in the air. And I can't do that. So let me look one more time. I feel like if I put a piece behind joy, that will make me happy. So I just need a scrap of something. Bum, 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 bum. Shouldn't be using this though, because they're my scraps for my Leo class. So I'm going to test something. Let's try some things out. Thank you, Shelley. You guys are very good at building my confidence. Because, you know, it's hard sometimes to do these lives on the fly with no plan, because, you know, you think if you were sitting at home and you're making a card or whatever, oh, I like that. That makes me very happy. You'd just be working away and you wouldn't really think about it. But then when you're doing it kind of with the pressure with your friends watching, then it feels a little bit more stressful, right? I like that little strip of green. I love it. I love this card. This makes me very happy. I am loving this card now. So I'm going to put this little strip of green, and I feel like now it feels grounded on the bottom, and all this pretty mixed media is popping, and I'm going to cut that. I missed everything because I just checked out my cart on scrapbook.com. You haven't missed anything. And shopping is important. Well, those are deals. I did not know you got a magic mat for free today, and I probably should have known that. Somebody probably told me that. I would have been like telling you this morning, get in there, friends, but glad that it's still there, right? So love that. A star at the top, I think, will be fun. Let's look. Bum, 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 bum. That is the Zumba song that is in my head. Oh, I love it. So this one's going to be Christmassy themed. I don't even know what that song is, but it's in my head. Bum, 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 bum. So it will go like that. And it matches Joy, which is going to sit like that. And I love it. And then, like I said, I'm going to put, we'll look. I'm sure I have something. You got, what else did you buy? I want to know, what else did you find? Took me a while to find your affiliate link. Thank you for looking. Because when I do, I'm streaming through a streaming service. So I will put a description and all these words, but I don't know if it even shows up on the video, right? Thank you, Bernadette. I struggle sometimes, right? Oops. So we will get the cards and then I'll get the base of the layout because it's already 10 o'clock, right? Oh, Vicky. Oh, Vicky. Okay, love that. Look it, so that tree got to be used after all. Love it. Little strip of green cardstock. These are chipboard stars from Warm Wishes, which is my Christmas collection with American Crafts. So perfect. And then I can either go with gems or I have my pops of color in red on there. I love it. And then Joy just goes on here like that. Very happy. And I love that Joy was, and if you're, I painted inside Joy with watered down gold glaze from my line. So when you look at it, it's metallic. I stamped it, painted it with the gold glaze, and then cut it out. Excuse me. Sorry about that, friends. So let me look, because I think you could put, look at, oh, magical things. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it would look good in the O, but I don't know. Oh, maybe like this, the bottom of the O. Do we like that or too much? Maybe too much. Oh, maybe a snowflake in there. Let's check this out. Just a sec. No, I don't think it needs any of that. I think I'm going to stick to the original plan, Vicky, and put the dots on there. I don't think it needs a lot of embellishing. I think it's enough, right? I like the idea of it, but I don't feel like it needs it, so I'm not going to. Pops of color in red and green are free at scrapbook.com. Oh my goodness. Did you guys get those as well as also a second freebie? Did you get that with the magic mat? Oh my goodness, that's pretty generous stuff going on there. So look at with that background, I don't feel like I need it, but I am going to put dots on the tree. So for that, for those dots, we could put, you could just use a hole punch and punch out little pattern paper dots. You could go in with your stickles. You could go in with gems. You could go in with anything like that, right? Yes, plus a code for 10% off. Oh my goodness, friends. If you didn't know that, you might want to do some shopping because that is some fun stuff. Let me look. Trying to figure out where my pops of colors are. Just a second. And I'm dropping all of my things on the floor. Wish me luck when I go over to grab them that I don't actually fall on my landmines of creative stuff. There's stuff all over the floor. Landmines of creativity. Where are you, pops of color? Here they are. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Ready? So the one thing I love about if it's something you're looking for down the road with my dream box is where all my mixed media is stored. So I walk over, I pulled this out, and this fits perfectly in it from scrapbook.com with all of my pops of color on here. I love this because then they're ready to go, right? And, you know, I like pretty things. So I kind of love when it's all set up and ready to go. So I have this one right here. Let's do it. Okay. And then I can let it dry and then don't trip on your mink. I know, crazy lady, right? Vicky's got stuff everywhere. So I'm going to test it on this little tree. So let's do it. So don't forget when you're doing stuff like this, start at the top and work your way down. I don't know if there's a sealer in here. Let's check. Nope. Let's see what's going on. Why isn't it coming out? Bum, 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 bum. Let me look. Yes. So when you open them, see the inside the tube was this little piece so they don't leak. Okay. So make sure and don't drop it. Like I just did. Oh, and then wiped it all over my floor. Okay. All fixed. Vicky, you're a dork. That's why it wouldn't squeeze out. Okay. So make sure you take the little stopper out. And then, oh, there they go. Okay. So look at, you can go in and put little dots. I love it so much. I will show you. And I'll set this one aside to dry. I'll use it on something. Look at friends. Perfect. Little pops of color. Okay, so just pulled the little plug out. So just make sure that you do that. Most of these products will have that in there so that you don't, they don't explode when they're shipping, right? Or leak everywhere. So I'm going to go in and randomly now just put some red ornaments on my tree. And you know Vicky doesn't talk when she's concentrating. So sorry. I love this card. And then I will just have to put it on a 5x7 card base. There we go. And then I will just leave these to dry. What do we think? It's cute, right? And we did most of it on our own. We drew it. Yes, they are. These are pops of color from scrapbook.com. I love them. I love that. It looks like icing. I want to eat it. Thank you, Darcy. Darcy just loves Friday Night Live. I love it too because I love spending time with you guys. So this one I'm going to do is winter theme because what's nice is if you don't celebrate Christmas, that you still can play along and you don't have to do everything. And the other thing is sometimes winter themed cards, right? You get a little bit more opportunity to mail them. If you mail your cards, I make cards. I don't actually send them anywhere because I'm new to card making too, right? So I love this one, and I want to just do stacked, just like a little winter wonderland. Do we want? Nah, I was going to say you could totally add, like this one would be the perfect one that you could just add some snow on, but I don't because this is a little funky style tree. I'm not going to put snow on my trees, but you most certainly could if you wanted to. Okay. So I like this. And do you think we should just put some strips on the bottom or leave this one pretty plain? What is the general feedback here? So sorry that I have to say goodnight. Thanks so much for inspiring, my friend. You're welcome, Karen. I hope I made you proud with the card making. I've missed this. The last few can't say, just can't stay. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Amanda. How are you? I love it. Yeah, dimensional paint. You could use just puffy paint if you wanted to do that. Leave it plain. I think so too. I like this. Sorry, you had to look up my nose for a minute. Can you hear me now? That is the first time that's ever happened. You can hear me now, right? Yes. I didn't even touch the phone and the mic turned off on its own. And you got to look up my nose for a minute. Sorry about that. So I'm going to say snow much fun. And then I'm going to use, where did I see it? Thinking of you. Or hello, friends, snow much fun. Hello, friends, snow much fun. I love it. Sorry about that. Yeah. That is the first time that has ever happened that the mic shut off. Mic shut off. And I had walked away so I couldn't see your comments. Do we like hello, friend, snow much fun? Or snow much fun, sending my love? Or snow much fun, you're the best? Snow much fun, thinking of you. So which one should we use? I have some black ink, a stamping block. I had to make you look up my nose, and that is never snow much fun. I don't think it's ever happened before while I was actively on here. It was no volume at the beginning, but I have never had that happen while we're in doing it, right? So I like it though. This is going to be so fun. So my thoughts are, should I think we'll keep this very simple, and I'm going to stamp everything directly on the background. Wish me luck. Vicky, you did send a card out, at least one. You sent it to me. Yes. You are the only one who has ever received a handmade card by Vicky Booten. Maybe I'll get better because this year is going to be very much card making year. I love my hero arts as well. I don't know if Libby is still here, but she sent these to me and I am very grateful because I have been a hero arts fan since I began stamping. I have to say, amazing company. So do we want hello friend, snow much fun? Because I think that would be snow much fun. See? Hello friend. Hello friend, snow much fun. I'm very nervous because I should have my stamping pad flat. I would love a card. Yes, I will have to do that. It's just, but I don't make them, right? This is just all new. So let's start with, and I will stamp it off. So I make sure I am doing a good job. Anchor up. We will stamp it on something. Make sure it's working. There was something on my stamp. A sec. Okay, let's do it. Let's get it out. Will this fit on here? Do I might need my bigger one? I don't know if it will fit. No, it won't. Vicky's just pulling out all of these things tonight. But I know that I'm going to want to ink this and stamp it more than once so I get a nice black image. Vicky, do you spend your work weeks designing papers and ephemera or overseeing others who put your ideas into production? A combination of both. A combination of both. As a matter of fact, I have a team because I don't know how to do digital. Like I hand draw things and then they make them come to fruition, like my thickers and some of the other bits. But I have a creative team. Well, I work with one designer pretty much at American Crafts. And I am very hands-on. I think that's why I have had a lot of success with my product lines because I am a user, right? I actually scrapbook. I love product. So I will plan out everything. I will hand draw a lot of it. I will draw out what I want. And then I'm very lucky to have an amazing designer. You could just cut it out of scrap card. I could, but I'm going to try to do all of the things that I see my friends do. So I'm going to lay out where I want this, right? This is what I do, right, friends? I put it here. I'm going to line that up. I can put both of them on at the same time, right? So much faster. And then I can ink it a couple times and it'll be nice and black. Ooh, that's going to be problematic now that I did not clean my stamp very well. We will see if Vicky totally makes a mess of this or not. And if I do, then I will have to put it down and do it again. But we'll see. We will see if I can do it or if I won't do it well. I'm new. I am new. So let's see. Oh, and now I need my tool, Bernadette. Where is it? It's behind me here because I love to look at it. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's ink one more. I should have done them separately. I'll tell you that is my feedback, right? Yeah, the texture is going to make it harder. It is true facts. And if I want to, I could also put another piece on, right? Oops, because Hello Friend is fine, but can you see with the texture paste underneath? I might do this quickly, okay? Let's take that off. And I might put like a little strip of green. Green? No. What color will show up on here? I need a lighter color, don't I? For that piece. I'm going to grab the piece I had grabbed originally that I wasn't going to use, but I'm going to use it now. And I'm going to do that. Okay. So let me show you. My idea, because you know what I love? Like we can learn as we go and we figure the things out, right? It's not like I've never used these things before, but I mostly scrapbook. So I don't pull a lot of my card making tools out because it's not what I do for the most part. When I'm creating, I'm not making a lot of cards. Although, like I said, in the new year, that is going to change because I am hooked. I have really, really, really been loving the card making. So I am digging that. And I'm going to cut it out and make it a little flag banner. And I need to get my little Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer out because that is perfect for all of the little fiddly stuff with card making, right? Love it. Love it. So I am going to, I'll show you what my thought is here because this will kind of mask. How are we doing out there? Is anybody making with me? Thank you for sticking around for as long as we have because it's like 10:16 now. Okay, done shopping. 2 free gifts. I love it. Good for you. Good for you. What did you buy, Valerie? Because there's lots there. The exclusive, the scrapbook.com exclusives, I am like a huge fan. They do a very good job with that stuff. I have to make sure I'm not putting anything in any of the wet stuff that's around. Okay, let's do the things. It does not matter how big your room or your table is. It's never big enough, is it? I love that. Look. Totally love that. What do you guys think? Where are my trees? You got Harry Potter papers. That's fun. Who does that? I bought your gold paste and more. I love it. I didn't play last week, so I'm painting trees tonight. Perfect. You're shopping. I love it, Susan. Are you on 2 different things? That's what I'd be doing. As soon as somebody tells me like, oh, this is here, or you can find this, I'd be like, okay, gonna watch on my iPad and shop on my phone so I can do all the things. I love that. And this one is going to go on a craft background. Totally love it. Have some spots. It didn't stamp very well. So instead of restamping it, I'm just coloring it in a bit. It does not have to be perfect. I am totally okay with that. I think that's the charm of a handmade card. But it was a little too dotty, so I fixed that. So we could do this like a little flag banner with a little curl on the ends. What do we think? Love that. Perfect. Perfect. I am sold. Totally just made 2 cards. Lickety split. Paper was looking for my adhesive. That's literally right in front of me. Hello, friend. Snow much fun. Center that a little better. Love it. Little curl, little curl. Add my trees. I will put it up closer too, because I'm sure you guys are like, sure, you love it. I can't see a thing, Vicki. I have no clue what you're doing because you didn't show me. And I will show you. Okay, that guy's going to go flat. That guy's going to go flat. And I'll lay the other one beside it. Okay, and I will show you closer. So I want to put this, like I said, I think on a craft card, if I'm going to go with the natural look that ties in the color of the trunks of the tree. There we go. What do we think? Hello, friend. Snow much fun. Very fun. So we have that one, and wherever I put the other one. Oh no. Oh, it's good. I thought I put my stamps in the wet, and that's the other one. What do you think, on a red card, or we could put it on white? I might put this on a white card base. But those are the 2 cards out of our doodled trees. I love them. And let's look. How is our glaze going? Oh, it's almost totally dry. Love it. Let's clean up. And if I'm going to do it, let's finish it. Let's do the things. I'm just getting rid of the mess that I have that is everywhere. And I don't know where I put my hello friends. Oh, it's still on the Misty, right? Vicki, your space is a pigsty. Where's the other tree? What does it look like when you're crafting at home? Are you neat? Is your work area a total disaster? Am I alone? Or who out there is super neat when they're working through it, right? What did you say? By the cup. No, that's not the one. I had a different tree for this layout. The big one. I need the big guy, right? Like that. Misty is going on the floor. And And then I will clean up when I'm done. As soon as I find my other tree. Messy when I'm creating, but you clean up, yeah. Because we talked about this and it does not work well for me. I don't work well in chaos. And there's chaos all around me. Your stamp, no, not the stamp. The other tree. I'm trying to figure out where I put the big tree. There, I found it. Here it is. Here it is. So we decided that one. And then I totally wanted to put a couple dots there, which I could do quickly because I'm not going to be working up in that area. So if I can find where I threw my stencil. Oh my gosh, Vicki. You are a hot mess tonight. A hot mess. Put that out of the way. Get yourself a little bit organized because you do much better, Miss Lady, when you don't work in utter shambles and chaos. So let me arrange myself. We will need a paper trimmer. We have some different. I have lost the stencil. That is what I'm looking for. So I might have to do that later because I seriously have no clue where I put it to put the additional snow. So I will add that after. Hi, Dawn. Did you see the cards I made, Dawn? And see the background? That's with my glaze. Iridescent glaze and layered tons of distress. And I made 2 cards, Dawn, and I'm very proud of the fact. So I still have to attach them to card bases. There's one, and that was just cleaning my stencil off. And this one, oh, you saw it. You just were super quiet. You weren't talking to me, and I was wondering if you were here tonight because I was being proud of my card making. And I'm like, my friend Dawn is an amazing card maker. I wonder if she would like my cards tonight. So I'm going to do this like that. The trees are going to stack in the corner like this. And then let's look at, oh, there's my Hello Friend stamp. Thank you. I understand what you were saying now. And I don't know where the stencil, oh, here it is. But I will add it later. I'm just going to put a couple dots of snow up here and up here. I will do that at the end when I'm not going to be touching it anymore. And let's decide if we want to add a little bit of pattern paper, which we would for our mats. Yes, what you hear is for real stuff falling all over. So if I wanted this layout to be Christmassy, I could totally add some red. That would be fun. I could go and stick with my greens, although that could be really cool at the bottom of that paper page. Ooh, so could this. Look at that. Even this. So I'm liking these. Are good options. From Warm Wishes. We have this craft, which is from 'Tis the Season, right? Totally love that. Like already all of this natural, these naturals with the greens and the blues, totally digging. So I don't even think I have to look very much farther for paper. I think that's it. That one, if I want to add red in there, I'm digging that too. So that is an option. Let's look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is perfect. Stop looking, Vicki. That works. I'm happy with that. I would like to figure out what my title is going to be on this page because I could use something out of the holiday stuff, or I could just go and use some different thickers, and I don't know yet what I want to do. Do we want to Christmasify this? I like the whimsy of the red dots. Me too. It's right over here. Do we want to make this a Christmas layout? Because I'm doing this for you guys. Christmas layout, or do we want to make it stick just with winter, just making it a winter layout? Because if that's the case, oh, look at Winter Wonderland. Are you leaving me, Natalie? See you later, friend. Oh, and the battery's going to go on my laptop. I'm only going to lay down some of my papers. So do you guys see that even if you don't celebrate Christmas, Warm Wishes will still work with you with all the neutrals on the background. So there is in the tag set, there's a Winter Wonderland title. So we totally could use that. And there has gold. It has gold on it. It'll be very pretty. Look. Winter Wonderland. It's perfect. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Very happy with that. So thanks for joining us, Nat. She is leaving. And then I have two little title sticker tabs that I think could work. I'll decide if I want to go red or the turquoise. So those, and I don't think we need a lot of embellishment. I feel like what's going on this page is very pretty. I would like to put a couple strips of pattern paper at the bottom because I don't want the trees to just be floating. And then a mat for a photo. And then your title. And I don't think this layout needs anything else, right? Just use that title. I love it, Erin. Same when I did the class, but I haven't done a lot of just playing with the product yet. So very excited to do that tonight. I am going to start with the craft because it looks like a little bit of snow. I want a piece of that. And then we'll layer some of the other pieces. So I'm just going to cut some random strips here. And we'll build up from there. So this one is about 1 inch. Oh, I love it. I love it. And it looks like snow on the ground where all the grasses died, right? At our tree farm. I am going to cut and scallop a piece of this word one. Okay. So the trick, because it's 12-inch border, is you line up your paper punch, find the center of the paper, 6 inches. I line that up with the center of my paper punch, and now I will scallop a border that will finish the same on each end. So I will punch out of the right and then out of the left. And even what we're doing on this layout, you could do smaller scale on a card. This could go in an art journal. This could go in a mini book. It could go in your traveler's notebook. And my scallop ended the same on each end. So there is a little trick when you're using paper punch and you want a paper punch 12-inch. And you want the pattern to end the same, especially if it's a really elaborate pattern, right? Oh my goodness. And now do you see what I was talking about? If you've been here since the beginning at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it feels like we've been here that long. Remember where I said we kept the color in the center? And I love the white, how that frames, right? Very much loving how this is coming together. And then I can use the lines. Let's make that balanced. Okay. put our trees on, that this is kind of a baseline. And I'm not gluing anything down tonight because I still want to add in that corner, okay? So I'm just showing you kind of where I'm going with this. And then come back and finish. Hi, Brenda. I'm scrapbooking. I purchased your newer stencil set and your Christmas papers. I just love them. Thank you so much. Hello, Julie Ann. How are you, my friend? The background is the magic of the layout. Thanks, Ellen. And this is what I love, is showing that mixed media is for art for everyone. Everyone can do what I did tonight. You just have to, one, have patience, right? So that you're okay with it taking a little bit of time to get the effect. But I love it. I have to say, like, I'm very much loving how this page is turning out and how the cards turned out. And sometimes I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure sometimes if I'm going to like it or not. But I totally think that that will work, right? And then our photos there, and decide for the base, and then decide what colors. But I'm really liking the neutral. We could totally go in with a red, because this is like a red floral. Look at that, could be really fun just at the base of that little punch of red. Or your mattes could be the red if you really want that contrast. Or you could go in, I could finish the bottom and keep it very tonally the same with a little green. Or my matte could be the green, and then go in with this all over kind of snowflake pattern that is similar to my stencil. So see on the bottom here, or it could be, I'm thinking for the mattes because it doesn't compete with the background, and then the piece of green. So that's what I'm going to go with. That is what I've decided, right? That's what I've decided I want to do. I like the whole look of keeping this very neutral. So I need, for my piece down here, I'm going to go with 3/4 of an inch. And then I can still space my stuff down at the bottom, right? Love it. That's going to go on the bottom. And like I said, I'm not finishing all of this tonight, but I love to. Now I could still go in and put some little word strips. Decorate, things can pop up for my little strips. I would like that to come up a little taller, because I like that it is staggered. The heights of my strips are staggered. But I would like that one in the back to definitely be the tallest. Okay, friends? Love it. And I think my tree is going to go up a bit. Eek. So that guy's going to go up here. This guy's going to come down a bit. And this one's going to go up a bit. And that's going to go there. And then you could do 2 photos. You could do 1 4x6, whatever you want to do. See you later, Kathy. But this is almost done. So what I'm going to end up doing to finish this off is I will post a picture of it when it's done. Okay, I will post a photo of it when it's done. You'll see it on my Instagram, and I will post it on my Facebook and in the Facebook group. So I'm going to make this for right now because I'm not sure what I want to do, a 4.5 by 6.5. And then I can decide from there, do we want it to be like this? You can totally make it like this with a smaller, oh, I kind of like that. I'm kind of digging almost 4.5 by 5.5 is what I'm going to do this. Right? Like that. And then your journaling could go on here, or you could put another photo, or it could go this way. And what's nice is you're not tied into anything just yet until your photo goes on there. I kind of like it this way, I have to say, because it is not covering all my background. Okay. And then we can put a little subtitle in there. It is very neutral and monochromatic in some ways, like using very neutrals pieces. And I haven't glued it all down, but that gives you guys an idea. Vicky, one less tree, and that would be a good slimline card. Yeah, definitely. We could use, like, we could still go like with some of the taller trees. You could do slimline with doing this, but very narrow. I need to do that as a slimline. So we'll have to do something with that trees to make a slimline. So I will finish this. You guys have seen pretty much all of it come together. Do you have a video up somewhere showing your studio setup? I do, but it's an old one. When I clean my room, which will happen this week, I will be posting a new walkthrough of my studio and how, after being in here now for a year, how I've changed things. So I will be doing that because that's my other job, right? Is I'm going to clean it up and I have to get my Barbie tree up. So I will be doing that. So this I will finish because I feel like I need to tweak it a little bit, but I'm loving it, right? It's going to come together. I'm going to pop things up. I am going to add some pieces here. I think stitching on this would be magical. So I think I'm going to add some sewing on here as well, friends. So those strips will have some sewing on there. And then I will also finish the 2 cards and I will post all of it. Like, I'm loving as these are settling. Totally love these. So look at all that from last week when we doodled those trees. And then we did some mixed media, and both of these were from cleanup. We made these backgrounds literally from cleaning the stencil from this. And look at how that all came together. I absolutely love this. Did you guys enjoy this? Can you tell? I'm super excited. I really love how this turned out. I love that every Friday we pretty much do a full-on class. Right? Every Friday, we pretty much make magic. So that really turned out better than I had even expected. I love it. Thank you that lots of you stuck around. I know some of you, I have to watch because I have a piece, the cover from my foundations papers on the floor, and I'm going to be talking here and like totally fall on my butt. And I don't want to do that. But this layout is one of my favorites I've done in a long time. I can't believe that I doodled a couple of trees, kissed a little bit of ink on the background, had patience to build the layers, threw a little bit of always my favorite, the iridescent glaze, and then a couple strips of pattern paper and a title, and it was done. Right? It took a while. Like, we've been here for a while, but that's because I came in here with literally I decided to go live an hour before because I wasn't going to, because you can probably hear it. I have hardly any voice. I really probably should be resting it, or I will have no voice soon, but it was worth it because I love what came out of this tonight. So any questions before? So much creative success tonight. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. And I think it was fun. And I'm sad because happy because we're here, but sad because a lot of people don't join us live anymore, right? Now that a lot of areas are like out of COVID and doing their things, and it's Thanksgiving weekend in the States, and people are doing things that people are missing out on the fun. So I hope for some of you, if you're watching after the fact, please still comment and say, hey, watching after the fact or watching the day after, watching replay, and still check in because I miss you guys. Like I miss you when you're not here. So I would love to hear from you. Chantal, how are you, my friend? See, a lot of you are out there, you lurkers, and you don't talk to me, but I love it. This really worked out well. I see so many ways you could use this. You don't have to be a scrapbooker. You don't even have to be a card maker. You could do this just for fun. You could make a piece of like diorama kind of art for Christmas, right? You could put this in a frame and really pop the trees up. We should do that. That should be one of our projects. Oh, so many things that we can do. So I really hope it's okay, Roxanne. It's all right if you don't talk to me because you're working away and just like to be part of it. It's okay. I'm not really giving you a hard time, but I am always happy when you guys reach out. I'm always happy when this is your first time joining us. This is an awesome community we've built here. So thank you so much. A shadow box, right? I used to do a lot of those. I remember doing one for basic gray with a line that everything was inside. Like at the dollar store, you can get the little boxes that are a little deeper. Can you imagine doing like a whole winter scene and then putting a little deer or a reindeer in it? How fun would that be? Like a little diorama. And we haven't done a lot of altered art, and I would love to do that. So a snow globe. I love that, Irene. That's so fun. So fun. So yeah, Tim Holtz puffy stuff would be cool under the trees. Yeah, do whatever you want to do, right? Love it. Hi, Natalie. You couldn't leave. You would have missed me too much. Yes, IKEA has great boxes and the mini houses. I bought the mini houses. So we could really paint our own trees and do that, right? So I love it. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you guys are Christmasifying your house this weekend if you celebrate Christmas or whatever holiday that you celebrate. I hope you're putting a little bit of joy in your home. I totally will be doing that and sharing pictures. And I also will be posting on the private board for warm wishes and on my regular board my photo inspiration tips, like the things I will start to document the holiday season, the things I like to take photos of. So I love it. Going to be talking about a lot of stuff. You're definitely a lurker. I love it. I know there are because we see how many people are here and how many people chat. But I love the interaction. And thank you. If you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything when we go live. And if you haven't already, please thumbs up the video. After the fact, if you leave a comment on just a regular video is great too. Any interaction is great interaction. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you like and there's two things that you can do on Facebook, I think, like and follow. You can do two different things, so do that as well. And then come and join us if you haven't already on the Vicki Boutin Creative Community Group page, because there's going to be lots of fun going on for Christmas. I'm going to be doing some giveaways and some free cut files and a whole bunch of stuff once we start which is next weekend. I think we're going to start diving deep into our holiday crafting series that I do every year. So thanks so much. Have a great evening, and we will see you next Friday. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. See you.